Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is My Precious Yarnery. Mind the mess. I did not expect to do this intro. I already did one, but it wasn't playing and I uploaded it anyways. Here we are. The only thing is I do not have all the approximate stuff for these blankets, like the yardage and everything. I have approximately in the description box how much I used and what I used for this blanket. This is the one I did the tutorial for anyway, so it's all good. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby and Loops and Threads from Michaels. Now you can use any, you just figure it out. I did 7 shells across, and then, wait a minute, yeah, 7 shells across if you ask that. Everything else that I can remember is in the description box. My problem is once I stop a project and if I don't have all the paperwork and everything with me, I don't remember. And I'm on to something else and my brain only can hold so much. So at least I have the tutorial still and a little bit of info in the bottom. Now, you can do it any size you want. You can make it bigger or smaller. That's all up to you. So I do hope you enjoy the tutorial and I will see you soon. Bye, everyone. Okay, so we're going to learn the corner to corner. So you slip stitch and you're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me see if I can get this camera. Okay, so I'll be working in the back loops, so you can work in the front loops if you, the V stitches if you want. I'll be working in the back loops. So I turn my work, I count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I double crochet in that fourth loop, and then I double crochet in the last 2 loops. And this will make my first part, first shell. Let's call them the shell. Square, shell, I don't know. Okay, so that's your first one. So now I'm going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to be working in the back loops again. So 1, 2, 3, 4th one down. I'm going to put a double crochet in the last 3 loops. So 1, 2, and then 3. And that's what you got. Now I'm going to flip this one over so it will fit right in there. And then in that chain 3 space, I'm going to slip stitch. And then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to put 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space, the same space that I slip stitch. So 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And that's what we got right now. So that's your second row. So we're working from corner to corner. So this will be your bottom. Now, how you increase is you keep doing the chain at the end of each row, and I will go through the whole thing with you. You chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You count down 4. So I count down 4 to the last the loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in there I do a double crochet, and then double crochet in those last two. So 1, 2, and that's what it looks like. I'm going to flip this one up, so this one will fit right into there, and I'm going to slip stitch in that chain 3 spot, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put 3 double crochets in that same chain 3 space. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then I'm going to slip stitch in the next chain 3 space. So as you can see, we're still working on that third row. Chain 3, and then 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. So 1, 2, 3, and that's how your work should be looking. That's your third row. Now we're going to increase again by chaining 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in the countdown 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a double crochet. In the last 3 spaces, and then you're going to flip your work, and in this chain 3 space we're going to slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And then your next little shell in that chain 3 space, you're going to slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to double crochet, 3 double crochets in that space, chain 3 space, and then slip stitch in this chain 3 space, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and that's how it's looking now. So you're going to increase again. I'm going to increase until I have 7 squares or shells, whatever you want to call them, on the bottom and the top. So if you want to keep doing that, I'll go through one more row with you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then those last 3 stitches, double crochets in each stitch. Flip that part, slip stitch in your chain 3, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets, and then slip stitch in your next chain 3, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets in the chain 3 space. Slip stitch in the chain 3 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you chain 3 double crochets, and then slip stitch in that chain 3 space, chain 3, and then 3 double crochets in that space. And there's that row done. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to increase 2 more rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's my chain 6. I turn it, go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fourth one, a double crochet. Oops. And the last 2, you'd put 2 double crochets in each, 1 double crochet in each stitch. And then you flip that, your work, slip stitch in your chain 3, chain 3, and then you put 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space. Then you slip stitch over here, and then chain 3 and 3 double crochets in that, and you keep going up till I'm going to go, and I'll be back when I have 7 squares or shells on each side, and I'll show you how to decrease. Okay, so I have 7 down there and 6 up here, so I only need to do 1 more. So in the chain 3 space, I'm going to slip stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets in that chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3. So it's 7 by 7. Now you can make this as big or as small as you want. So what I don't need it to add anymore. Now I need to decrease. So you do, instead of chaining 6, you chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Turn your work, and then go right into your chain 3 spot there and slip stitch. So now we're not adding any more squares to it. And then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to 3 double crochets in that space, in the chain 3 space. You're going to slip stitch in the next chain 3, 2, 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to slip stitch in that next chain 3, 1, 2, 3, add 3 chains, and then 3 double crochets. So do this all the way along till you get to here, and I'll meet you here. Okay, so we made it all the way down, all the way across. So we got our last little square there. So you're going to slip stitch, chain 3, because we do not want to add more. Turn our work, and we're going to slip stitch right into the chain 3 space over there. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to 3 double crochets in that same chain 3 space. And then it will come, your square will come together. Now do that until we get done here, and I'll show you what to do over here. Okay, so we make it all the way to the end. You're going to slip stitch in your chain 3 space, chain 3. You're going to turn, and then in your chain 3 space, you're going to slip stitch again and chain 3. And then put your 3 double crochets. Now you can see as you keep going, your square is starting to taper off. So do a couple more rows and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I'm on my last one. So I chain 3, turn my work, slip stitch, chain 3 again, 3 double crochets. See, almost almost messed up. 3 double crochets in this stitch, in the chain 3 space, and then you slip stitch in that chain 3 space, chain 1, and you're going to cut your yarn. I like to leave a long tail. Okay, so that's it for that. Now we're going to do 2 rows of half double crochet around your square. So I attach my yarn in my corner. So we'll just attach it in here. So I like doing a standing half double. So when you do a standing half double, you wrap your yarn, you insert your hook, wrap your yarn, and then you've got 3 loops on your hook. Then you wrap your yarn again and pull through all 3 of those. So this is my corner, but I'm only going to put 2 half double crochets. Each corner is going to get 3, but for now, just 2 half are going in there. And then I have a spot here, so I'm just going to try and do it as even as possible and do half double crochet there. And then half double crochet there. And then I have chain 3s here. So I'm going to put in those chain 3 space, I'm just going to wrap around all of them and do 2 half double crochets in there. And then another chain 3. So I'm going to put 2 half double crochets. Now you'll find that it's pulling. That's fine. It's going to stretch out. Don't worry. After you wash it. And there's another 3 chain space. So I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in there. And then another 3 chain space. I must apologize for the shaking, guys. Got the shakes bad today. And then I have, you can see right where I'm going to put all my half double crochets, right in those spots, in those stitches there, right to the corner. Now it's pulling a bit, but that's fine. That's what I want it to do. And then I'm in this space here, I'm going to put 3 half double crochets. Now you can more than welcome to, spray water on it and stretch it out. What they call it, blocking. I'm not blocking, just so you know. Okay, so all across here I have the 3 chain space. So in all those 3 chain space, I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in all of them. Work my way all the way down. And in this part, this is where I'm going to put my corner. So I'm going to put 3 half double crochets in that spot. Okay, so this row, I do not have chain 3 spaces, so I'm just going to, as evenly as I can, put half double crochets in where I can fit them, and try to make it as even as possible. And then the corner, this will be my corner. I'm going to put 3 half double crochets, and then all along this side, I'm just going to evenly put half double crochets, and I'll meet you over here at the beginning of it. Okay, so in my there's my corner space. I'm going to put 1 more half double crochet in there, and then I'm going to attach it to my first stitch. I'm going to slip stitch, chain 1, and turn my work. And then I'm going to do half double crochets in each stitch. Now I'm not putting 3 in the corners anymore, so I'll show you when I get to the corner, but just 1 half double crochet in all your stitches. And I'll meet you at the corner, show you what I do. Okay, so I'm approaching my corner. All I do here is just put a half double crochet in each stitch. I don't add in the corner. I don't add 3 in this corner. I just keep going. Now this is going to pull my work, and I realize that. And if you want, by all means, you do what you're comfortable with. I want it to pull a bit because, and when I get all the way around, I'll meet you back when I get all the way around, and I'll show you why I do it this way. Okay, so I'm about to just finishing off my square, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 1, cut my yarn, pull. So if I leave it like that, let me just raise my camera a little bit. Okay, as you can see, it does pull, but that's fine. When I smooth it out, it does smooth it out, and it will lay flat. It will. And then once I get it together and wash it a couple of times, you won't even notice that it's a little tight. Now, I do not have tight stitches either, guys. If you have tight stitches, by all means, do it looser or do your corners that way. Whatever you're comfortable with. It's your project. You got to make it where you're comfortable and how you like it. Okay, so now at the end of this, I usually do, so I'm doing 30 squares. This blanket will be 5 by 6. So I do like 15, and then I sew all 4 of my ends in. Then I do another 15, sew my ends in. And when you get your ends sewn, you got to get them all done. Or you can wait to the end to sew in all your ends, whatever you want. Come back and I'll show you how to put the blanket together. Okay, so I have some squares here I'm going to put together. We got to line them up to make sure they're all going the same way. Well, if you don't want them going the same way, you don't have to. I like my diagonals going the same way. So, just figure it out. So, that's the same way. So, I put them together, backs facing the backs. I'm going to take my yarn. Now I'm going to use the yarn that I used on the inside of the C2C, and I'm going to attach my yarn to the corners, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch. Once I get it the right way. Just one strand on each side. And pull through. So that's all this is. I'm just doing a slip stitch. This is how I do most of my squares, how I put them together, because I don't enjoy the sewing, but I enjoy doing this. So I just slip stitch all the way along. Now you can use this whatever color you want to put it together. You could use the color you're using up the trim, or a different color altogether if you want. Now I'm just going to go through the 2 back loops. So here's my V for my stitch. I'm just going through this back loop, and then my other square, there's the V. I'm just going to go through there, the back loop for that one. And you just work your way all the way along. Now the only sewing really you have of this is at each ends, because you cut your yarn each time you get your squares done. Now, If you do not have the same amount of stitches, it's fine. You'll never notice. I'll show you how to do it. Now this one will have the same amount. But let's say the back one was more and I had an extra one on this side. I just go through my extra stitch and the stitch that I already went through and put it together. And you won't even be able to tell. Now I do have another one, but that's because, see, you won't even be able to tell. And even when you, it just gives it an extra oomph, the slip stitch them together. I really, really like it. Okay, so let's go back to, so I don't have an, because I don't have an extra stitch. And I'll show you how you just, okay, so my last stitch. So then I grab my other squares. Now, this is just the first row. So the second row, you'll only grab one square at a time, of course. And then I just attach this side with the corners together the same way. And just keep going. And then you got to put this side together. And when you hit the end, cut your yarn and start your other row. Now, when you get one side done, you got to turn your blanket and put your other side together too, like that. So you'll have all the rows. And that's how I put it together. I will be back to show you how to do the trim or the border of the blanket. Okay, sorry about that. So I made it around and I have one stitch left before I hit the corner. That's okay. Just skip that one instead of the 4. Just skip the 1 and then 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and that's what's your new corner going to be. So if there was just 3 stitches, I would have skipped all 3 and went right to the corner. But it was just, there was 4 stitches there. I didn't want to skip all 4. So you just skip the 1. So you do the skip 2, do your granny stitch, skip 1, and then do your corner. And then do that all the way around. If just figure out your corners as best as you can. It's, you know, we're just winging it around here. So you skip 2 and then you do your granny stitch in the 3rd one. You do that all the way around and I will meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so I made it all the way around. So in that stitch that I did the 2 double crochets, I'm going to put, so I skipped 2. It worked out this one, this corner. So I put 2 double crochets. And then I'm going to half double crochet in my first double crochet. And the reason why you do that, so you are in the middle of that corner, so you can start right in the middle. So I'm going to chain 3 or chain 2, I'm sorry, turn my work, and then I'm going to put another double crochet. So that chain 2 space is chain 2's chain is considered as a double crochet, and that is your another double crochet. And then you're going to go right into the center there. You're going to skip these 2 stitches and go right into in between and put 3 double crochets. So this row is this round is basically the same as your last one, except for you're doing your 3 double crochets in your spaces, and your chain and in your corners there's 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 double crochets, and I'll meet you all when you're around. Okay, so I made it all the way around, and in my corner space, I apologize if you hear the lawnmower. We're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then slip stitch in that top of that chain 2 space, chain 1, and we're going to cut the yarn because we're done this. I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to pick a different side to start in. I'm going to attach my yarn.
Like your aunt. I was great in school.
Okay, sorry about that. Ooh, we live a real life around here. So now you're going to attach your yarn by slip stitching. And you're going to go slip stitch in every stitch now. And in the corners, you're going to do 3 single crochets. And then slip stitch in every stitch. And that's how this row is going to be. You're going to only do, this is your last row. You're going to slip stitch in all your stitches. In the corners, it's 3 single crochets. And I will meet you back here to show you how to end your row. Okay, so I made it all the way around. Got one more slip stitch. Now I want to join my yarn. So just join it right in there, slip stitch, chain 1, cut my yarn, and that's it. Now I just got to sew my ends and I'm done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have a good day. Bye everyone.